Poland's TSL sector drives 6% of the national GDP and handles 20% of all EU transport. It employs nearly 1 million people. But behind the numbers, the industry faces challenges with unpaid and delayed invoices. Today, we are talking with Jaroslav Ton, CEO of Malcom Finance, to explore how his company is helping SMEs in this sector to stabilize their finances and thrive.
Poland is absolutely huge when it comes to TSL, right? When you think about the EU as a whole, 1 in 5 lorries or trucks in the EU are Polish. What our survey shows is that only 2% of Polish SMEs get paid on time. 65% of all SMEs actually look for external sources of liquidity.
Let's start with the bigger picture,
Sure.
Obviously you're based in Czech, so originally the company is from Czech. You entered Polish market.
That's right.
Because of its, I imagine, of its strong position in Europe. So maybe let's elaborate a little bit on that.
Poland is absolutely huge when it comes to TSL, right? When you think about the EU as a whole, 1 in 5 lorries or trucks in the EU are Polish, right? That gives you an idea of the massive scale that Poland kind of has in the sector. What's more, Poland employs about 1 million people in that sector, in the TSL sector. So it's a huge source of employment. When it comes to its contribution to Polish GDP, I think it's about 6% directly, right? So you see that these numbers are absolutely huge. And it's also a sector that is remaining, I think, highly competitive when it comes to international competition within the EU. So when my team and I thought about where should we go next, Poland was a pretty clear choice. Not only because, of course, it's relatively close by. Of course, we can understand each other very easily, but most importantly, because of the huge potential and the size of the market that Poland represents.
And some challenges or opportunities. It depends how you look, always, right? Because I was quite surprised, actually shocked, when I saw the outcomes of your report about the condition of the small and medium-sized companies. I understand the report was done by Malcom Finance on the broader spectrum of sectors, not only logistics, but looking at the only 2% of the MSP that declare that they get money on time seems to be a huge challenge.
Yeah, absolutely right. So at Malcom Finance, we did a wider report on the state of SME financing in Poland because it's a topic that we're obviously interested in. And we did a bit of a spotlight on TSL. But it's true that what our survey shows is that only 2% of Polish SMEs get paid on time. I think that's really an issue. It's an even bigger issue for our TSL customers, the companies that are surveyed actually, and none of them got paid on time. At least that's what the survey shows, right? And that's obviously putting a lot of pressure on their liquidity. Imagine you're a small and medium business. Imagine you, of course, need to pay your employees, you need to pay your contractors, you need to pay for energies, electricity. Our customers in TSL have to pay for toll, for diesel, etc., etc. So they need to pay on time, but they're not getting paid on time themselves. So obviously what needs to happen and what they need to do is to look for additional sources of liquidity. They are solvent, they will get paid eventually, but they need the money right now to pay whatever they have to pay, right? So that's why our survey shows that 65% of all SMEs actually look for external sources of liquidity. So external sources of procuring capital. Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, there is also some optimism because most of them actually declare and evaluate their financial condition as positive and good. And actually, if you ask about 2025, what you did, yes, they are quite positive about it, yes?
And we're very happy to see that, right? Mm-hmm. I think it shows that they see that there are opportunities in the market, that they know whom they should talk to, they know where they should source capital. Of course, Malcom Finance as a platform is one of those places where they can see capital. So I'm very happy they're optimistic. When we also look at our client base, of course, we love all our clients, but the clients that tend to be the most successful ones are those that are growing, are those that are looking for new opportunities and that are looking for ways to expand the business, and we're here for them as well.
So what services actually you offer to your customers?
So at Malcom, we offer a wider range of products on the platform. Of course, we are primarily focused on small and medium businesses in road transportation and logistics, right? So some of the products that our clients appreciate the most is the possibility, for example, to see the credit score of their potential clients or existing clients. There's a huge asymmetry of information in that sector. Information is not readily available. So not only do our customers sometimes have an issue with getting paid on time, sometimes they have an issue with getting paid at all. And by giving them better, let's say, access to information, we help them make better business decisions and make their whole business more secure, more resilient. That's maybe one thing to mention. Another one is that we have a huge data set, right? We have done credit scoring on about 15,000 companies across Europe, mostly in the TSL sector. We have facilitated about 170,000 transactions on our platform. About 170 million of euros has flown through our platform. So we have a lot of transactional data, which basically allows us to understand who pays on time, who doesn't, and how late they pay, right? Which helps our clients with liquidity management.
And do you think, because of course, I mean, for you, it's easy probably to also a little bit compare Poland to other CE markets, because you're in Czech and you're also in Slovakia.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, because you started in Czech, so I understand that this type, to offer these solutions to the market, maybe the scale is not that shocking like in Poland, but at the end of the day, is it similar business environment, or you see some differences?
There are obviously many similarities between the countries in the region. For example, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, we're all quite big markets when it comes to transportation and logistics, right? And Poland, of course, being the biggest. So our customers tend to have similar needs and similar, let's say, demands when it comes to the product. But I would say there are small differences, right? Our customers in Poland, I think, operate in a more competitive environment somehow, right? There's a lot of pressure, and that means that they expect the money to be with them even faster, right? So we've definitely seen our presence in Poland as an opportunity to improve the quality of our product and to elevate the customer experience. And it's been really a great learning opportunity for us. At the same time, what we see as missing in the market is a product for customers that are operating internationally. Coming originally from the Czech market, we have always thought more broadly about Europe. We've always thought about how our customers will most likely be delivering goods to, let's say, Germany, France, Spain, etc., right? Not only operate within the one market. What we see a lot is that our competition in Poland tends to be very Poland-focused, right? A lot of the businesses are focused on carriers that are operating within Poland, but not so much in the international scene. For any carriers that operate internationally, I believe we offer a much superior product because we have the data, right? It's even though our customers are in the Czech, Slovak, and Polish markets, we can do credit scoring very quickly, basically instantaneously across the whole Europe, right?
Because that's actually the strength of Poland and the one of the factors of growth, actually, that the statistics that you mentioned in the beginning are not actually because Poland is a big country and we have a big domestic supply. That's one, but also the big part of it was also the European expansion of the Polish operators and companies in this field, right?
Absolutely, and that's why I think we are really,
and also maybe not the connections between Poland and other country, but for example also operating between France and Germany and other markets.
Absolutely, Poland's so huge in this sector, right? And Polish fintechs that have perhaps tried to do something similar to us have been very focused on offering a product that would help companies operate within Poland. But we really are focused on helping companies operate and be successful internationally.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So what are your predictions of the future? Because on one hand, moving goods is something that will stay of us. I think there is, of course, other probably challenges that we can observe in the sector, like, automation, something to always transition period is challenging one, yes, but of course also a mobility and new mobility, whatever you name. But how would you see the development of like you are looking, you have your business strategy in line with how you see the sector to grow. So what are your predictions?
I think that times are changing a little bit, even though traditionally the TSL industry is seen as quite traditional, like you've said, and conservative. At the same time, we see a new generation of clients, clients that they've already grown up in the digital world, that are used to kind of interact with the world through digital channels, right? And they are used to kind of also manage their business through digital channels. So I think it's a natural progression that the industry moves forward into using tools that help carriers in a seamless way, 24/7, whenever they want, right? And this is what we are about offering our clients a product that will be there for them and that will help them manage their business, whether they're at home on the weekends or on the road during the week, right?
Mm-hmm. And just out of curiosity, is your background in finance or in logistics?
So it's an interesting story, right? I kind of grew up in this whole world of TSL. My grandfather was a truck driver. He started right after the Velvet Revolution in 1990s, and he operated a trucking business for almost 30 years, I think. And growing up, I would spend a lot of time with my grandparents, of course, and not only would I go with my grandfather on his trips to Germany, Switzerland, and we would literally sleep in the truck, the whole kind of experience. We would go to a freight forwarder on a Sunday evening. They would tell us where to go, etc. So I really saw what it looks like from the cabin. But also growing up, and perhaps more importantly, I saw what it means to manage a business like that, because it was mostly done both by my grandfather and my grandmother, who acted almost as a CFO, right? And she took care of the invoice management, for example, and the liquidity management and the risk management. And this was very formative because I saw what the kind of businesses deal with and what they need to be successful. So that's the kind of TSL part. The financing part came later in my life. I studied at the London School of Economics, and then at Oxford I did study financial and monetary history. So I'm very into these topics, and of course I started my career in finance before starting Malcom.
Mm-hmm. So a very good combination that will probably have a very positive impact, not only on the Polish market, but also impact on transparency.
I hope so.
Yeah, because I think that, data, now we talk about everything is in data. So apart from being a service provider, you are also becoming a hub for a big number of data.
Absolutely.
And I'm also thinking that if we look at the structure of these small and medium-sized companies in the TSL market, on the other hand, I can look from the corporate perspective that more and more regulations, like even CSRD, have an impact, and I believe that paying on time should be like on the top of the pyramid, of the things that you have to really took seriously. So I believe that the pressure also comes from other side, and at the end of the day, cash flow is something especially important for every business, but especially small and medium, depending on the clients. Look, so good luck with the development.
Thank you.
And I'm always a big fan of transparency and of course using the opportunities on the same level, because if you get money on time and if you not get money on time, it impacts your competitiveness.
100%, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the discussion and good luck with the developments.
Thank you for having me.